My thing is, why is everyone hating on Garoppolo so much? You know, like, here's a guy that took you to he was one play away from winning the Super Bowl. He took you to the NFC Championship last year. He's dating porn stars. Like, what? Why do you guys hate on this guy so much?
Don't forget.
Just take it away from him. Under 4 left. The barn is alive again. 52-51.
Got me in my hormones. All gas, no brakes, score 4-0. If you think you own this place, you get foreclosed. I've been in my head, but it's not about a T3. I like to learn, but there's nothing you can teach me. We all got opinions. You about to hit Dimitri and Mitch's.
Start with the clap.
Oh, yeah, the clap.
You got to do the clap.
I got the clap.
That's you got the clap.
Well, I just did the clap.
For Amy.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. The good Amy. Which Amy? Katerina.
Got a lot of explaining to do.
Well, this podcast has come to a
right there. Always starts with a little weirdness.
Bill call. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sports Show. Okay? The Sports Show. The Sports Show TV, Podbean, Spotify, iTunes. Of course, we're on YouTube. Subscriptions going up. We got more subscriptions than Hustler Magazine. This thing is out of control. What's happening? I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's that viral.
Is it that golden brown skin you have all of a sudden? Is that what it is?
So we got the clap, and it seems like we have a viral disease.
I think you're onto something. I think you're right.
From Amy.
All
because of Amy. Yeah. Hold on. Listen, I know what you all are thinking.
Yeah,
get your minds out of the gutter.
You guys are
sick. Amy's a good person.
That's right.
So, but speaking of Amy, you know what I realized what we don't do when we're plugging the show is plugging the Amy.
Right. That's true.
So, you know what? Look, I don't know what her capacity is, but clearly you can see she does her videos.
Yeah.
So if you're ever in the market to, to talk about, or not talk about, to have maybe your videos done, some editing, whatever the work is, again, we're not here to, to load her with work if she's over busy. But give her a ring. You see what she does. She's amazing. Amy Noy.
You call us, we'll call you.
You call us, we'll call you.
And we'll let you know if she wants to make how much money off you. That's right. Let's do it.
The show's for the kids. This show, really good show.
Last week's show was our return show, the reunion as we called it. And the show blew up because people missed us. It was a month of you straight, a month of me straight. People are like, yeah, they're nice, but they're better together. You know what I mean?
Even the guys at Market Mall in the parking lot are happy we're back together.
Yeah, they thought it was really weird when we were just by ourselves all the time.
So we have this, roster. We just got to throw it out there. So we meet at Market Mall.
Which is a mall here
in Calgary. So we park the cars and we meet because the university's down the street. So that way, we're not doubling up on the parking here. And so Mitch and I, now we have this ongoing joke.
Yeah.
Because we're really the first ones there outside of the security guards. Yeah. So for sure they think that we're sneaking away from our wives to meet
That's
together.
Exactly what it is.
And so that's why that's the, you had to be there.
You had to be there.
Okay.
Yeah. You gave them the inside on the inside. Exactly.
We are really starting the show.
Hey, this is what I was going to get into. After the reunion show, I was thinking about it, and I got a couple of texts, I got some calls about the show. And the funny thing is, man, some people listened to us last week on CJSW for the first time. And I was getting some responses, weirdly enough, via email, all that stuff. And I think the one thing I can tell you is this show is completely as though you're at the bar or at home and talking with your buddy. It's not meant for the statistics. It's not meant for, it's literally meant to have fun. We're hoping you're laughing and learning a little something because it's not all like jokes. It's, we have some serious banter here and there, but that's what this show is all about. And people found out and they liked it. They liked the difference.
But it's what we wanted.
That's right.
We always say, we joke, we're not stats guys or whatever. We wanted the show just to be two guys that are talking sports.
That's it.
As if you would, anywhere else. But it's, last week was, I got to say, that show might have been one of my favorite all time.
Yeah, I agree.
Know what it was.
I don't know what it was. We were just happy. We hadn't seen each other for a while. It's like when you go to the airport to pick up your relatives you haven't seen in a long time. And then you get tired of them after about 3 days or something.
That's how it goes.
Yeah,
that's how it goes. Yeah. Oh my God, we're happy to see you. Can these people leave?
Yeah. Can I start with something?
Of course.
It's the dog days of summer. We've talked about it before. Everyone's going through it right now. There's not a lot going on. But one thing that seems to happen a lot during the summer, especially now with the fantastic weather that, like, across the world right now, it's maybe too hot in some regions of the world, but the streaker's back.
What?
Yeah, every time I'm pulling up the old like TSN or Sportsnet, there's at least one baseball clip where there's a guy that's getting eluding the security, doing the juke moves on them, and getting away and whatever. The streaker's up right now. If you were to do like a ratio, it's up like 1,000% from last year. A lot of
Really?
streakers.
Great investment.
I just don't understand the streaker, if you want the truth. I think if you're a streaker, you're an idiot. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
You know, some people are taking off all their clothes. I don't think they'll show that on TSN. Most of the time, it's just that random drunk person that wants to get on Instagram or TikTok or something, and they go and do it. But you've now wrecked yourself forever.
Right.
Like, imagine you're working at a law office, and everyone's like, hey, group event, we're all going, and you happen to be that guy that's now barred from the event. You can't go, and you got to explain to your boss.
You got to explain it. Be like, look, man, in 2022, I kind of ran naked on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah. Made it to the second base.
Yeah, got it there. And then it could have been cool, but it's not even cool then. So to all the streakers out there, keep the clothes on, and those random people that are just running onto the field, stop it.
Yeah, and you know the other thing too is like the random people that run on the field and the streakers, I never got it either because it never ends well.
No.
Like it never, ever ends well. And you know what I find the problem is?
Right.
Poor planning.
Poor planning.
Right? They just know that they're going to streak or they're going to run. True. And that's about as far as they get to.
Right.
What I would like to see is a little more thought into it if you're going to do it. Like if the people that go on the soccer field, for example.
Right.
Like you know, you're trying to juke around 22 people plus the refs and then everyone else on the sideline.
Yeah.
They end up tackling you and like daintily hitting you. That's in soccer.
That's right.
You know, in other leagues, they'll beat you up.
They'll hit you, yeah.
Right. But if there was some more planning where it's like, okay, as soon as they score a goal over here, I'm jumping the field while they're celebrating. I'm going to take the ball,
That's right.
run it down, score, and go through the bleachers and come out scot-free. I can get behind that. If you do it naked, you got a gold star in my books.
You know, like this is what I say, but if you're going to do it naked, you're right. You got to plan it.
Well, first of all, you got to have the equipment if you're going to go naked.
That's where I'm kind of going with this whole thing.
I think that there should be like an unwritten code that, you should be above the curve.
Above the curve. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And you know the other thing, it's a very male-dominated streaking world. Like, where are the ladies?
Agree.
Where are the ladies?
I agree.
You know?
It's not fair.
It's not. I didn't want this to be just male-dominated. It'd be nice once in a while, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see a different gender jumping out there and doing it. You know what I mean? It'd be fun.
Hey, I'll tell you, the WNBA would get a couple more ratings.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying.
You know, I wanted to talk a little bit about that, but let's get into the NHL real quick.
Okay.
So, last week we
What's
talked
to talk about?
Well, this is it. This is exactly. There is nothing to talk about, but there's one thing I want to bring up.
Oh, you got an itch.
I got an itch.
You got an itch?
I got an itch.
Classic Mitch.
I'll tell you what
Mitch
happened.
the itch.
Mitch the itch. So, World Juniors are going on in Red Deer right now, right? Because of COVID, they had to move them up to this time of the year.
Because they canceled it halfway.
Yeah.
Who cancels it halfway? Look, you know what? Hold on before you go in.
Go ahead.
I couldn't understand. They're halfway done the World Juniors. A couple people get COVID on each team.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's a war of attrition.
Yes.
I want the gold medalists to be like who's left, who's the last man standing.
Right.
But instead they canceled it halfway, Mitch.
And to your point, the world was actually probably sitting on the edge of their seats going, let's see, how's Slovakia doing with the COVID? Holy cow, none of them are getting it.
Right.
What are their measures?
That's what I'm saying.
Let's see. Russia, wow, the whole team's got it. Okay, we're not going to follow the Russian standard. Canada, okay. You know, like, to your point, exactly, right? Yeah. But the reason I'm bringing it up is because, okay, so not to go into the whole Johnny and Kachuk thing, but to bring it up is when they left, when they got up and rolled out, we here in Calgary were like, oh my God, we are going to go from the number one team in the Pacific to the worst team in the NHL. At that moment, there was some people, South Carolina George being one of the first ones to call me and say, dude, it's not the worst thing in the world. Connor Bedard's up this year. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I just saw some highlights the other day after the streaking highlights on TSN or Sportsnet. Bedard, this kid is 17 years old, and the moves he's doing and what he's doing to his counterparts who are the same age, he's the new McDavid. Yeah. They're saying he's going to be generational. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait a minute. Like a jealous cousin or a jealous sibling. Edmonton has got two of the top superstars in the world. We've got good players, but we don't have no generational player, but we could have one. Yeah, so my point is, I want to take back everything I said. You should have left it the way it was, True Living. I know you probably would have got fired, but for the better of the team, leave us the suck and be that team that gets the new player. Suck hard for Bedard would have been my new slogan.
Suck hard for Bedard.
Suck hard for Bedard.
And then you'd get the clap from Amy.
I guess.
The good Amy.
The good Amy.
Yeah, not that. You know what, Mitch? It's funny that that ice cube.
Yeah,
really. Could you?
I did.
You could hear your cube.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I'm just saying that's a heavy cube.
It's a big cube.
Take another sip. Let me. That was. Yeah. One more time. Just one more time.
One sec.
That's
it's like the iceberg from Titanic is in my coffee.
It's a forceful cube.
Yeah.
A little aggressive.
It's a little tough.
But I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Anyways, I digress.
Sure.
Going back to the keys. We're so terrible. You know what? I got to say, so Cousin Pete brought up a good point with that Bedard. Number one. Okay, number one. This guy's been sensational for years.
Yes.
Right? Like he has, always been there. And then, this, it's funny. You listen to certain hockey fan who watches junior hockey and knows, kind of like McDavid was, same with Crosby. You're right. This Bedard, he is ridiculous and he's going to be fantastic. But you know what he was saying, what would have been nice is if you tank, you get Bedard, and imagine if then you get the new arena.
That's what I'm saying.
Like think about, you have new player, new arena, new just everything.
Basically, we can replicate what Edmonton did.
So
why not?
So now we're basically Detroit.
We are Detroit. We're 100% Detroit. Yeah. and I thought about it more, and I actually did a little investigative work. Dude, that contract for our boy Huberdeau, all good, whatever. It's guaranteed till he's 38.
Yeah.
Like, he's not playing till he's 38. Let's just call it what it is. So that's dead money, like, depending, unless he's an anomaly and he can keep going at his pace until 38, which we know is not going to happen. The point is, this whole idea of signing him to the max contract and giving him big money, maybe not the greatest in high. This was going to the bar, having one drink, saying you're going to stop at 3, and now we're at 10, and the next day you're like, I knew I should have stopped at 4. This is what happened.
What do you do, man?
Well, I'll tell you what we do. We trade him. How do we trade him right now? Is there any way of trading him? Can we trade him?
Oh, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm kind of not joking serious. I'm not joking serious.
From week to week.
Well, I saw the kid play, and I was like, dude, we need a guy like this. It's not fair that Edmonton gets all the great.
It actually sounds like you broke up with the Calgary Flames.
I think I did.
Like that you two were dating.
I saw some things. Some friends took pictures. It's suspicious.
You're jealous.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I don't like it. You know what's gonna happen? Bedard's gonna end up. Mark my words. He'll end up in Columbus. It's just our nature. He'll end up in Columbus, and it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah,
it's gonna be hilarious.
Bedard.
Yeah.
Stanley Cup winners. Wow.
Columbus is going to get a Stanley Cup before we do?
That would be fantastic.
That's what's going to happen here?
That would be fantastic.
I'm telling you right now, start the slogan. Start it. Suck hard for Bedard. We can do this. I'm telling you. We got it. It's just this.
Great start to the Saturday morning. Really great start.
All right.
Okay.
From there, let's go over to the juggernaut. It's starting. It's creeping up. The preseason games are on. Ladies and gentlemen, the NFL is back, and it's in full throttle. Preseason's on. A lot of people hate the preseason. I too do. I was trying to watch an NFL game yesterday.
It's not good, man.
You know what's funny?
Okay, quick hit.
Yeah.
Preseason or Pro Bowl?
Oh, preseason for sure.
But
here, I've got a question for you. Preseason game or CFL game?
Preseason NFL. That's how pathetic CFL is.
No, see, I disagree. I watched a CFL game yesterday. I actually quite enjoyed it. It was Hamilton and, oh my God, I forgot who it was. It was Hamilton and Winnipeg? Whoever it was a good game.
At this point, you have a 1 in 6 chance of being right.
It's true. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. No, honestly, we cut the CFL pretty hard, but we got to talk about.
Was it the Yellow Blacks versus the Red Blacks, or was it the green? Was it the green Yellows versus
Tiger
the Orange
Cats.
Whites?
Oh, it was the Tiger Cats and the Argonauts. That's who it was yesterday. It was actually not bad. It was all right.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think so. Let's talk quickly about the NFL because things are. Last week we gave you guys kind of a list of players that moved from their old team to the new team, how they're going to do. And we got some responses back. We'll get into it in a minute. Before we get into our preview of each conference, which I wanted to do with you today, I want to talk a little bit about Deshaun Watson and the whole fiasco.
Man, yes.
So yesterday, Deshaun Watson, if you don't know and you live under the rock, here it is. Guy who played for the Houston Texans. He was a number 1 draft pick. Everyone, generational quarterback. Everyone loved him. And then he gets hurt. while you're getting hurt, you got to do some rehab. And let's just say when he was getting the rehab done, he was a little touchy-feely with all the physical therapists that he had hired. And you're like, what do you mean hired? And what do you mean many? Well, the Houston Texans basically gave him clout to say, hey, you know what? You don't like the one we have on staff? Go ahead. Go to Craigslist. Go wherever you want to get your own. Well, probably not the smartest idea in the world, because 23 alleged allegations come out and say, hey, he touched me inappropriately. Not one, not two, 23 different women came out and said, hey, he was a little touchy.
Yeah, but
he was
Mitch,
a little handsy.
in all fairness, he settled 21 out of 23
That's
before
true.
this.
And so with that being said, what happened is the NFL...
I'm being facetious,
Absolutely.
but that's ridiculous.
Dude, ridiculous is the word of the year.
Robert Kraft is, man,
Yeah.
you got to come talk to me first.
Yeah, come see me.
Come on, let me show you how you do this,
Exactly.
okay?
So Houston basically puts him on the shelf for a year, right? For a variety of reasons and blah, blah. During that time, he's like, you know what, Houston, I don't like the way you guys are talking to me. I want out of here. And Cleveland comes a call it. No one else, the Cleveland Browns of all teams, the team that has just been an absolute dumpster fire over the last 20 years, turns around and says, hey, I like this guy. I want to give him, not only do we want him and we'll get rid of Baker Mayfield, who was the only quarterback that took us to the playoffs in the last 22 years. Let's get rid of the Heisman Trophy winner Baker Mayfield, who's a little crazy in his own right, like on the field, that is.
Right.
Let's get this guy. And hey, by the way, you make sure you give him 5 years, $230 million guaranteed.
All of it.
All of it. Hey. All of it.
Hey, what's that $10 not guaranteed doing on the contract?
Hey, what's that?
What is that?
Is that coffee money?
No. Said all
of
guaranteed.
It. So they sign him. They get rid of Baker. Then they're like, and then Cleveland, the management goes, hey, wait a minute. He might not play. Wait, these allegations are actually causing some issue. Hey, Baker, come. Do you want to come back for a minute? Baker's like, get lost and leave me alone. Okay, fine, Baker, fine. So the NFL
Must be nice, Mayfield.
oh, you're so much bigger than us now all of a sudden. So Baker goes to Carolina. Then all of a sudden, the NFL has to address this situation. So they go, okay, in our collective bargaining agreement, we got to go to a judge. We're not sure how many games to give you. In the collective bargaining, so when you got the NFL players and the owners together collaborating, they're like, these kind of allegations, 6 games. 6 games is what you're going to get. Where Calvin Ridley last year put a parlay together, got caught, by the way, he lost it, gets an entire season banned with no pay.
I get the I still, you know what? I've come around. I get the gambling point. How about,
I do too. I do.
Like, isn't marijuana like a whole season too? Almost?
That's correct. But it's in that Gordon case, that player Gordon that keeps getting. Yeah. It's been over and over.
Another
again.
Cleveland
guy.
Another Cleveland.
Interesting how this is all working. So I'll get to the bottom of it. The Judge Sue. So this lady, judge, reviews the documentation. Basically, is appalled of what she said. 12-page report. She turns around and says, "Okay, I can't give him more than what you guys have already collaborated on, but this dude's creepy." It's basically, if you read her 12-page report. So now Goodell, being smart, he goes, wait a minute, no one likes this. I'm going to come in and be a super. Hey guys, look, we said 6, but I'm going to try to get him 8 to 9, maybe if I can pull it a whole season. We'll see. As they're going through this, the season's starting. And so he has the right. He does have the right to play. And Cleveland puts him in the first preseason game yesterday. Here's his stats. 1 for 5, 17 yards. $230 million. Just saying.
Okay, number one, it is preseason.
Right.
Okay. We know he's better than that. Okay.
Maybe.
We'll see.
No,
right?
You're right.
Look, he's, once he gets his hands wrapped around it, he seems to be in his comfort zone. Okay. The ball.
I'm
just saying
Obviously
the ball.
Obviously the ball.
Look, Cleveland.
Yeah.
You love this, don't you? You know, there's just some people in this world that know they can't get positive attention, so they just want negative attention.
Great point.
Because it just gives them good press, and I feel Cleveland is this one. Boy, are they... Who's in charge over there? Unless they know something we absolutely don't. But the thing is what's funny, it's not funny, but what is funny is that he could play the entire season as long as he challenges.
That's right.
This case, and it continues to go to court. And if you think about all the allegations and everything, he could drag this out for a very, very long time and continue to play. I don't know what, because for him to play and for Cleveland to let him play, I'm actually on Cleveland's side on this.
Right.
Why punish the? This is my logic.
Yeah, that's okay.
Why let the guy take the 8 games?
Right.
Just submit, say, yeah, I'll take the 8 games,
Right.
and then still have to deal with stuff later.
Right.
When it could just be like, just play, just start, because they're gonna have to deal with it anyways.
Right. I see where you're coming from. My opinion is this: there's times that bad publicity is good publicity, meaning you want that, it's getting eyes on the team and this and that and whatever. I was actually reading some stats. The Cleveland Browns as an organization, number 1 with regards to fan base, meaning home games, most sold out, even more than Green Bay, more than everyone else. The Cleveland Brown fan is an actual fan. But this is the one thing that you don't want hovering over. If I'm Deshaun, and by the way, right before the game against Jacksonville yesterday, he went on the news and said sorry. He's like, hey, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to be a better guy. There are times you should say sorry, and there are times you don't. This one, Deshaun, just stay out of it, man. My humble opinion, take your 8 games, take your lump like a man, stay out of it, and then it's done. And then you're still going to get the wrath. You're still going to get the people yelling at you in game 9 and 10 when you're back. But my humble opinion is this is not the one you want to, you don't want to die on this sword.
Don't Roger Clemens this one.
Yeah, don't. Exactly.
Right? Yeah, so I agree with, look, I'm just saying I understand where Cleveland's coming from and saying, let's put this guy out, right? However, I agree with you. Just listen, what is the path of least resistance to just get this off the books?
Agreed.
Because this one is beyond bad.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's just beyond bad. And the way that I look at the 8 game, if you knew that you're away for 8 games and it starts getting settled, just look, you've already committed to this as your franchise QB for the long term. You've given him a contract. Just let it go.
Right.
And if he takes the 8 game, I don't want you to do one interview. I don't even want you to surface for the year. Just come back and call it a day, because I find sports, if anything, is the most forgiving industry. People forget and forgive very, very quickly.
Very true.
And point in case, and I'm not trying to be a funny guy here, but all you need to do is pick up the phone, call Ben Roethlisberger, and just say, dude, give me a couple pointers here. Everyone, I need to get out of this.
Yeah.
Because if there's anyone who dodged a real bullet, was that guy too.
Yeah. And I mean, out of that,
no one talks about it.
And no one talks about it is right. Exactly. And unfortunately, there's a lot of players that have done this this sort of thing. And your point is absolutely on point.
Next time, Brett Favre. Why is Brett Favre the greatest?
Because
he just sent a couple deep
just
pics.
Send the pics.
Just send the pics.
And by the way, Snapchat, it erases right after.
Hey, is this something that you would like?
Yeah.
Okay, I will book my massage.
And you can tell if somebody took a picture of it, like if they kept it. You're like, hey, whoa, hey, why are you keeping that?
Oh,
hey, Your Honor, she kept it. What am I supposed to do? She put it on the wall. What am I going to say? You know what I mean? It is what it is.
What do you do?
Hey, nothing. So from there, last week...
You want to see the Clemson Tiger?
Oh, my God. We're going to get canceled so fast. It's so crazy.
It's not the CGSW show.
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
People have to click.
They have to click on it.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's your fault. Your fault, fan.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go through 2 conferences a week until the NFL season starts.
Okay, let's get going.
Yeah,
Mitch.
let's go on.
Let's
Boom.
do it.
Let's
Boom.
start with the NFC West, okay? Let's talk about them a little bit. We told you, by the way, we're not stats guy. We're just going to tell you if we like them, we don't like them, and why we like them. Arizona Cardinals, let's start with those guys.
Oh, yeah, Arizona. This is awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are so fantastic. Look, I still like them.
Right.
I still think they're going to do well, but you know what, Mitch? At the same time, I have this feeling this team's going to blow up this year.
Yeah. In a good way or a bad way?
In a bad way.
Oh, in a bad way.
In a bad way.
Well, they always do.
I don't understand this whole Kyler Murray thing. I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
But I still think that they're I still think they're the team to beat in this division.
Really?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I do agree with you. I was looking at their roster real quick. They got the Hollywood Brown now as a wide receiver. They got Hopkins. They got the one problem they have, they always start fast and then they lose all their steam at the end.
Totally.
So they got to just figure out how to pace. It's like a run. Don't sprint on a marathon.
That's it.
Pace.
Hey, come on, take it easy.
And I mean, Kyle's a little guy. Pace, man. Pace. That's it. But the thing is with Kyle, I don't know. Look, there is a real thing called the Napoleon syndrome, and I think he has it. And I mean, because when he got mad about this whole studying for 4 hours, it's not the worst thing. Like, why'd you get so mad about it? Like, we all know you're probably playing Madden all day when you get home. What's wrong with cracking open a book once in a while? It's not a big deal.
Yeah, take it easy, man.
Yeah, relax, man.
That's kind of where I'm going. I just wonder the attitude. But in terms of, I still think they're the team to beat.
Yeah. Well, here's the team that they have to beat. It's the LA Rams, the defending Super Bowl champions. My thoughts on the LA Rams, Drew Stafford and Cooper Kupp. Can they do what they did last year? The answer, no. I don't think so. Because now, have we not talked about this before in previous podcasts? The NFL is the ultimate. Cooper had an amazing season, MVP-worthy season, but now everyone knows him. Now everyone's on his radar. Does that mean he can be stopped easily? No, but he's just not going to put up those kind of numbers.
You know what? Maybe not the exact numbers, Mitch, but guys like him also know what to do to get the job done. The offense for me there is still fairly intact.
Right.
And I think now that, you got to remember is that now you have a solid QB, coming in and playing with this team for a full season and seasons to come, right? So the LA Rams as an organization, I think, are going to be in fantastic shape. Because actually of Stafford. I think that was always the one kind of missing piece. The only thing that I worry about is year over year, sometimes McVay and company, they have, they're boom bust in the regular season.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm like, that's why I say, I still think from a regular season standpoint, Arizona's the dynamic. You better watch out because this team will win games. I'm worried about the Rams. Are they the team that we saw just in playoffs for all 17 games? I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I don't think they have it. They're not a dynasty.
No, if they get
team.
in the playoffs,
right?
Again, it's a team where you're like, you better watch out because everyone's like, tighten it up, and that's the brand that they love.
I like it. And McVay's got like maybe the best beard in the industry. He's got that nice close shaved beard.
It's okay. It looks like he's like he should be on like the Rogaine or he should be like a cover model for it. Because it does look a little manufactured.
It does. Oh yeah,
I'd like a little more
like the gruff like this.
A little
like
more
this.
rough on the neck.
It's like that Mitch, he puts in hours at the podcast.
He puts in
hours.
Yeah.
I agree. And you know what? How about this? They were talking during the preseason. They had nothing to talk about. They were saying, oh, he might retire. He's 35, 36.
It's crazy.
But you know what's crazy? Is that he's already got his own like coaching tree. You know how like Belichick had one? He has one now. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Are the next generation of NFL coaches going to be like 18 and 25?
Yeah, you know what I think it is, Mitch, is that with coaches, with anything in all sports, they're starting to realize that that people do have things to offer.
Yeah.
And you're seeing it with younger coaches, typically younger male coaches. Now you're starting to see it with females entering the coaching team and head coaches in certain sports. So I think there's that mold is broken to be like, you know what? Let's just get the best person for the job. Because as an organization, when you got a 35, 36-year-old guy who wins you the Super Bowl,
right?
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And if you can have a 30, at the time when he comes in at 33, 34 to wrangle a whole team, I don't know, man. That to me is because they're not that far apart in perception of age.
No, you're right.
To have to respect the guy.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not like the Belichick where you're like, man, he's got a lot of grays. We should probably listen.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I find it fascinating, that part of it.
Yeah.
From there, you talk about the young coach, talk about the oldest coach in the NFL. That's Pete Carroll in Seattle. Here's my rundown of Seattle Seahawks. You're dead.
Yeah, you're done. Yeah. Time's over.
Drew Lock's your quarterback. Geno Smith is your backup. That's all I got.
More like the Seattle Sea suck.
From there, we go to a team that me and Dimitri absolutely hate, but man, everyone seems to like them. They either have the greatest fan base or they have the fans that absolutely hate them. It's the San Francisco 49ers.
Dallas Cowboys?
No, it's San Francisco. Look, they have now said they're going with Trey Lance. That's the quarterback they got out of the Dakotas last year, if you will.
Yes.
Mr. Garofalo, you're gonna have to sit over here. We don't want you. Just watch nicely. Be a good fan. We might trade you to Cleveland depending on what happens over here. We're not sure. But, they signed the Deebo Samuels. That was big. They got the Ayuk. San Fran, I think you say Arizona. I think San Fran. I think this is their division, buddy.
You know what? Yeah, maybe. I still don't look. He's. I always caution with new quarterbacks. I don't care how good that they are, right? Like, okay, can Trey Lance play well in the red zone? Absolutely.
Sure.
Right? They did a good job of just kind of, utilizing a 2 QB system in certain time frames to give him some reps. So I like the fact that he'll come in with some comfort level. But Mitch, you still got to play full season as quarterback.
I agree, man.
And that is the wild card. And, I don't know. Like, there's a big question mark for San Fran for me.
My thing is, why is everyone hating on Garoppolo so much? Here's a guy that took you to he was one play away from winning the Super Bowl. He took you to the NFC Championship last year. He's dating porn stars. Like, what? Why do you guys hate on this guy so much?
Don't forget when Brady went down in New England.
Yeah, man. Legit. I don't understand why he gets so much. People are like, well, okay, Trey Lance is younger. He's probably a lot more athletic. But this guy, like, what else does he have to do to explain to everyone that he's good?
I'll tell you, because he's also a Malaka, Mitch. Okay, girl, but he's also a Malaka.
Why is that?
And I'll tell you why.
Sure.
Think about it, right? Number one, you're in New England with Tom Brady. Hey, dude, what do you think?
Yeah.
What do you expect's going to happen over there? Right? And then, his agent and him should do a little more homework on the teams that they go to. Stop going to teams that are in a position to need to draft a quarterback. Like, yeah, you went to San Fran. Good for you.
Right.
But you know that, like, it's not hard to figure out that the Chicagos and the San Frans of the world are in need of a quarterback. Go to Baltimore, pal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they got the Jackson now.
Yeah. Well, but fair enough. But go to mid card teams.
Right.
Go to Cleveland, I guess.
He's gonna end up. A lot of people are saying, depending on.
But do you see what I'm saying? Is go to teams that are looking for a quarterback.
Agreed.
That are a little mature to complete the piece. Not I'm gonna go over here, and then they have the first round pick,
right?
And everyone picks a quarterback to begin with. What are you doing?
But here, let me defend him slightly. When he was in New England,
when he was dating the porn star,
right?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Why are you dating a porn star when she's got to go to work on Saturday?
Maybe he's okay with it.
Hold on, and work with who.
Yeah, exactly.
And then come back on Monday and be like, hey, Garoppolo, baby, look, I was with Mr. Mandingo, and we got to call it quits. Really?
Oh, really?
Oh, Lexington Steele is your best friend now. Wow. I really thought I had a chance.
But to defend him slightly, when he was in New England, Bill tried to get rid of Tom. Remember? And he wanted to keep Garoppolo. And then when Brady says, I'm not going anywhere, there was nothing to do.
But that's my point. Why is he fighting the uphill battle?
Well, okay, fine. But he got drafted there. Was he going to say, no, sorry, I don't want to play here because Brady's here? No one knows, buddy. No one knew, but Brady was going to play for like 20 years and keep winning Super Bowls.
Just stop going. Just stop it.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Okay?
I like the porn analogy. That makes sense. I get what you're saying. From there, let's go to the AFC West. We're also going to talk about that division real quick. The Denver Broncos. We talked about it last week. Russell's there now. Yeah, a couple of guys went down. I don't know. I liked your point last week. You don't need Decker. When you said Decker last week, you made him a star. Do it again. Do it again for me. Do it again.
Decker, we're going to make you a star.
You might have a point about the Denver Broncos. I didn't give them a lot of clout, but there might be something there.
This is the breakout team in the NFL.
You think so?
Listen, I want to say two things. Number one, boy, did the AFC just become the conference of conferences.
True.
It's like, hey, everyone, let's go over there and play now. Like, this is I really, if all I had to do was watch, outside of Green Bay, only AFC games this year, I think I would be one very happy person.
You're absolutely correct.
So here's what I think with the Denver Broncos. They've always kind of been there a little bit, but they've just had bad quarterbacks post Manning.
True. Oh, yeah, absolutely true. Yeah.
So there's really been no one to take the reins. But if you really look at that team, they still got a pretty good defense. They got. I mean, do we just forget that Melvin Gordon is there? Like, did we just? Yeah, but
we can.
But hold on.
Yeah.
But he's there in a good situation for himself.
Yeah.
So they got the run. They got the defense.
Yeah.
They really have all this. You put a quarterback like that over there, I don't care. Russell Wilson's the kind of guy that's Drew Brees-like, in the sense that I don't care if he's 40, 42, 45. Actually, he can play as long as he wants and be effective.
Right.
I'm not saying that they're going to go win the Super Bowl, but what I'm saying is this team is a lot closer or was a lot closer than people think. And I think that they're the breakout team in the AFC.
I think there's another one, but I will say I will give them a little bit more love. And I do think that I don't think they're going to win this division. However, I do think they're going to make the playoffs. And once they get there, Russell is Russell, man. Like, that guy has broken my heart more than anybody one individual player has as being a Green Bay fan over the years. From there, let's go to the other LA team. It's the team that everyone is cheering for. It's the LA Chargers. Justin Herbert. The defense is way better. I mean, it looks better on paper. You got the Bosa. You got the Khalil Mack looking good now. You got the Austin, Eckler. You got this team's pretty stacked. Now, it's a matter of putting it together. Personally, the Chargers, to me, I still feel you're a little, I don't know. I like Herbert, but we'll find out. Like, was last year a breakout year? Yes. Can he do it 2 years in a row? I don't know. There's just something about it. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it at the moment.
Yeah, that's going to be, I'm curious to see that too. That's really my question mark, but at the same time, I like the Chargers. It's just, the Chargers for me just seem to lose the stupid games.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
It just, if you just tighten it up, that you're right, because I think Herbert's the real deal.
Yeah.
Right, I really do.
He should be.
But, I'm interested. It just, San Diego is just that really you lost to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Like, you needed that game and you lost that one.
Right.
And then, you got to wait till the end of the season in a showstopper.
Let's go. Let's call. You know what it is? It's because they're owned by Greeks, and we know as nice as you made your restaurant, you did the repairs. Behind that wall, you didn't fix that thing that you were supposed to. You just put something over it, didn't you?
You got your cousin to come in and just put a patch job on it, and you do to fight each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whoa, you want me to spend money? No.
No, look, I'll come. I fix it. It's nothing.
So funny.
Costa, it's the gas line.
It's okay. It smells nice. From there, we go to the team that everyone's dubbing. A lot of people are saying it again. It's the Kansas City Chiefs going to the Super Bowl, winning this division, they say, even though it's heavy this year. I got to be honest, the Mahomes losing Tyreek Hill, I think it's a bigger deal than people are playing. And not because I think Tyreek is like a top wide receiver and route running and all that. It's like he's such a great diversion. Like, you have to watch him. He runs right by you. He is a cheetah. They will throw the ball to him and it's over. But then you got the Kelce. You got this. Defense, I'm still worried about them. They were a bend, don't break, and I still feel like they're bending too much. I didn't think they addressed it as much. But I love the Andy Reid.
How do you not love the Andy?
How do you not love the Andy
I think
Reid?
he should still wear like the COVID mask.
Oh, absolutely.
Just even, that he doesn't have to, just to get that condensation.
I love it.
Yeah, I really feel it adds effect to his coaching style.
You're right. You're absolutely. They bring in Juju Smith-Schuster and they're like, oh, watch this kid. And granted, when he was with, but everyone's making it seem like when he played with Ben, he was playing with Ben Roethlisberger's got 2 Super Bowls. He's going to go to the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Don't play it like he wasn't that great. Is Mahomes more athletic and better? Like, can you run? Yeah. Did Ben sit in the pocket and maybe slightly move side to side? Sure. But I don't think Juju is your answer to losing Tyreek. I'll be quite honest.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Hill is that they had created an offense that included that. You said it the best, that it was a good diversion and he could catch the ball, right? And but I still think, look, they're still a great team. My only concern is that the competition in the AFC, like I said before, has gotten a lot better everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, everywhere. So, again, Kansas City could very well win the Super Bowl and not win this division.
So
that's a possibility.
With that being said, I got a message last week after we talked about Chandler Jones. We talked about Devontae Adams going to the Las Vegas Raiders. My boy, Just Win Stevens, calls me up and says, hey, give a little more respect to my boys because they deserve it. So I looked at it, and I looked at it more, and I was like, Jacobs, Adams, McCoy, the new head coach, Crosby, Jones, Carr. And I started looking, I'm like, and then obviously Renfrew, and Waller. And I was like, you know what? This is the team to beat in the AFC West. Just Win is right. This is the team that's not only going to win the AFC West, bold prediction, welcome to the Super Bowl, Raiders. What? Yeah, I'm saying it right now, Justin. You're right. Just Win. This team looks awesome.
What?
I gotta call it, man. They're stacked. They're stacked.
They are stacked, and they're also stacked on the defensive side of the ball too.
Yeah.
Right? But here's the thing. Sorry, just win, Justin.
Yeah.
Honey, sugar, baby. I don't know you, but I love you. I respect you. I see what you're going with.
He's a good kid.
He's a good kid. It sounds like he's a great kid.
Yeah,
he's a
all right.
Raiders fan.
He's a Raider big time.
Through the good times, the bad times,
True,
the
true.
really bad times, and then the good times. Look, I'm not saying they're not going to win the division. I'm not saying they can't go to the Super
Right.
Bowl. But all I'm saying is Derek Carr is the question mark on this team. And now what I fear is it's not the fear. I fear one scenario. I love the other. He's either the quarterback that's finally got enough things around him to just be like, okay, now I can really calm down and make some smart decisions and not throw forced interceptions.
Yeah.
Sometimes unforced interceptions.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
It might go very well for him, or it could go extremely and utterly terrible for him where now he gets exposed. And then they're like, crap, we actually have a full-on quarterback problem. Because you're right. If you cannot make a big splash, and I'm not saying if it comes down to you and the Chiefs and you ended up being on the losing side, to me that's not a loss. That's
Right.
Hey, what are you going to do, right? These are all marquee teams.
True.
But my biggest fear is with Derek Carr. Now you have everything. Now you got all the tools you wanted. Is this guy the real deal to carry someone all the way through? I'm not convinced, Mitch.
You know what? I am convinced. I think Derek Carr has always been underrated. I'll be quite honest with you. And then when you're kind of doubting him, he's not. He makes those mistakes. You're like, see, I told you. But now I think, you know what? Hey, you got to give it to Davis. And by the way, any owner that can just walk out with that kind of haircut and basically looks like he buys his sunglasses at like the gas station and so on and so forth and drives himself to games. I think they've overloaded him. They're saying we know you got it, but here we're giving you Waller, we're giving you Adams, we've got you Jacobs in the backfield. We got. Dude, there's nothing else. You're right. To your point, he is the X factor. If he can't win with this team, it's done. It's but I do think he can win with this team. I think he's that good.
He's Joe Flacco 2.0 for me.
What?
Yes.
No.
Really? Talented.
Okay, fair. Well, what am I going to say? The guy's got a Super Bowl.
He's got a Super Bowl. That's what I mean.
Cut him down.
But yes, Joe Flacco was talented.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco would show up and make amazing. But then he'd also do some really bonehead things.
True.
And then he'd be dormant for a season. And you'd be like, where are you? Games where he would have 85 yards. The thing that worries me about Derek Carr is after that really great breakout season he had, all of a sudden the guy went MIA for almost, it was like 2 good seasons in LA where he did absolutely nothing. Is it an attitude thing?
I don't know.
Is it? I don't know, Mitch.
I don't know.
But I'm just saying. I worry.
I worry too.
Want Just
now
Win.
You got me worrying.
I want Just Win. To
Just Win is going to win. They're going to win. Just Win, baby. It's the Raiders. My bold prediction of the year.
Wow.
The AFC representative, the Las Vegas Raiders.
But here's my thing now. Here's my thing now, right? QB for QB.
Sure.
Now that you got the Wilson in that division.
Yeah.
Come on.
Listen, Denver. Here's the thing. The Raiders have all the right pieces, but Denver's got maybe the better talent on quarterback.
Right.
You give trade Russell to the Raiders, they win the Super Bowl. I'm saying win the Super Bowl.
Thank you.
But hold on. Derek Carr is not that bad. There's no excuses now. I do think he's been just waiting. It's like asking for the bike for Christmas. You got the bike. Now you're going to ride it? Let's find out.
Mahomes can win from under the gun.
Sure.
Wilson can win from under the gun.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Herbert and Carr.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a phenomenal last game to make the playoffs, back and forth, this and that. But that was against each other.
Right.
Can they win under the gun?
I think, one of these teams, not all 4 of these teams can win, get into the playoffs.
If Carr's in the 4th quarter and he's down by 2 scores, 2 possessions, can he do it against the marquee team?
I think he can. I think he's got enough talent around him now. He can. I think. Well, exactly. Maybe. We'll find out. Couple of months. We'll find out how real it is.
I'm just saying.
From there, I wanted to talk a little NBA. I wanted to talk about KD. We don't have enough time. We'll do it next week. Because this Kevin Durant fiasco, man, if you thought we were rough on Deshaun, wait until I get my hands on you, Kevin Durant. This guy's ridiculous. Here we go.
Okay.
Rapid banter.
Boom.
Everyone's favorite.
Love it.
Groom plays sex tape of cheating wife during the wedding. Offside or onside?
Flag on the play.
Really?
Loved it though.
You know what?
Did you see how they came at him? Did you see how they just come right at him?
You know what I think is hilarious?
Like,
That this guy,
bitch.
he was so determined to play it. He's like, oh, I'll get married to you. Don't you worry.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get the rings. We're going to tell each other we love you. Then I'm going to play the video. This guy is ruthless. Check his basement for dead bodies.
Buddy.
This guy.
And you talk about least expecting. Roster, go on the internet and look at this guy. There is no way I saw it coming from this guy.
Former and crazy wide receiver Antonio Brown says he has one regret in life, not seeing himself play. Quote, like watching the Beatles or Jesus perform at Red Rock. Dimitri, who do you wish you got to see live?
I think it's Jesus.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's Jesus.
I mean, who doesn't think about Jesus, the Beatles, and Antonio Brown?
And if I went back in time, I would like totally knock the socks off everyone. Like I'd actually have like a Jesus sign, right? And like hold it up.
Yeah,
and
of course.
What are you doing? Yeah, go JC.
Go JC. Ariana Celeste, UFC ring girl, makes $1 million a year. UFC heavyweight champ Francis Ngannou makes $600K in his last fight. Who would you rather watch?
How is that possible?
I don't know. Amber Heard has reportedly been offered $10 million to star in an X-rated adult movie. Go ahead.
German movie?
But she might make more than that if she does that. Frank Ocean, he's a singer, songwriter, or whatever, started his own luxury brand, announces he's got a $25,000 cock ring for sale. Is that too expensive, Dimitri?
Is that the motion in the ocean?
Last one. Gardner Minshew, backup for the quarterback for the Eagles, the backup quarterback for the Eagles, has been living in a bus outside of the gym this offseason. Brilliant or cheap?
That's terrible.
What do you mean? Property taxes, they're probably through the roof in Philly. This guy's brilliant. Brilliant.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, brutal.
You know what? He's the uncle from that movie Napoleon Dynamite. He's that guy. He's got the mustache, he's got the look.
Guy goes from having it all in Jacksonville
Yeah.
to living in a bus down by the river.
Okay, it's Maga
That should
Malaka
have been my
time.
rapid
It's
banter.
Maga Malaka
Dang,
time.
I
Here we
missed
go.
it. Okay.
It's either dynamic duo. So last week, me and you got back together, and people were calling. They're like, "Man, you two together, are amazing." Are we? And we'll say who we compare to.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this week as well, little thoughts and prayers go out to Bill Russell. He passed on, but what they also did was they retired his number 6 across the NBA.
Smart.
So I got a list of people that are still around and phenomenal players with their numbers. Should we, Maga Malaka, their numbers, retire them or not when they pass or retire or whatever the scenario is? Which one do you want?
I want give me the duo.
The duos. Okay, here we go. Maga Malaka.
Okay.
It's obviously the first one we're going to think about. It's the Goose and the Maverick, Maga or Malaka.
Like in terms of who would be who?
Yeah, let's say who's who. Me and you. Yeah.
I'm Maverick, you're Goose. That's obvious. Come on, man.
You think you're Maverick. Well, actually, you know what? You actually kind of look a little bit more like Tom
that's what
Cruise,
I'm
too.
saying.
No, I'll give it
That's
to you.
what
I'll
I'm
give it to
saying,
you. All
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Speaking of this bum, Curry and Durant, when they were together.
The way that you shoot, I think I'd be Curry. Well, no.
What are you talking
Hold on.
about? I think it's the other way around, buddy.
Hold on a sec.
I think I'm Curry and Durant in this scenario.
I suck at basketball, but I got the height, so I'd have to be Durant.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But you literally shoot like my son does at 3 years old. I think Kostaki's got a better shot than you. I'm just saying.
My basketball
I had
shot?
one air ball one time. It happens to even the greatest.
Hold on
It's not a big deal.
a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know how I throw the Starbucks cups inside the garbage.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
seen my work.
And I've also seen you throw a football. So, let's not get into this. Speaking of dynamic duels, it's Jordan and Pippen.
I think that I would be the Jordan. Yeah.
I don't mind you being the Jordan in this one for some reason. I don't mind because I like you admitting that you're Jordan. I like this one. Let's go over to this one. A little Stockton and Malone. This was maybe the greatest duo of all
You're
time.
definitely Stockton.
First off, yeah, and I'll tell you why. I got way better legs than you. I could look better in those shorts.
No, I swear to God,
yeah.
my only reason why you're Stockton is because of the calves.
The calves. I got great legs. Great legs, honey.
That guy had just like a calf and a half, eh?
Oh, he's a beauty. He's a beauty.
He was a man's man basketball player.
That's
you
right.
know, like if you got someone like from the 1980s,
Yeah.
like just typical like 80s, 90s, like I don't want you to shave.
Nothing.
Never touch a razor. No, like just a man's man. Yeah. I love them.
Couple more for you. How about Kirk and Spock?
Well, this is with my ears, I'd be Spock.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I didn't even think of that one. Yeah, 100%. All right, second last one. It's your favorite. It's Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Mitch, the hair alone makes you Chewbacca. And
this one was a giveaway.
Yeah,
that one was a giveaway.
And I'm just cooler than you.
Well, you know what? I think people would go on the internet and say Chewbacca's cooler than Han Solo.
No.
Yeah, come on.
No, they wouldn't do that.
I think they would.
No.
All right, here's the last one. Here's an oldie but a goldie. I found it the other day, and it's got to be. It's Balky and Uncle Larry Appleton. Cousin Larry Appleton.
You know I'm Balky.
You are Balky, 100%.
Balky Bartakamoose.
Balky Bartakamoose from Perfect Strangers back in the day. Maybe the greatest dynamic duo of all time.
Listen, the greatest episode is when cousin Larry was gambling on football.
Yes.
And Balky wouldn't give him the answer. He's like, the Packers or the Browns, Balky.
I actually remember that episode, and he goes, the Bills and the Chargers. He's like, you can rack up all the bills you want or charge everything you want, but you have to pay your bills at the end.
or when he was like the Dolphins and the Eagles, and he's like, well, the eagle is an air animal and the dolphin is in the sea, so if they write it, he just did. I picked the Dolphins, and he was crushing it.
Yeah, he was like,
nailing it.
And then Larry got involved with the bookie, and it became a whole thing.
Forget about it. Can you blame the bookie?
Can you blame him?
Listen, in Perfect Strangers, they did what was called the Dance of Joy. What is the Dance of Joy? The Dance of Joy.
I forgot about the Dance of Joy. Hey. I totally forgot about the Dance of Joy.
Just look it up. Go to YouTube, do the Dance of Joy. What's the Dance of Joy? The Dance of Joy is the dance that Mitch and I do after the parking lot, where we come over here to do the sports show. Sports Show TV on YouTube. Please click the subscribe button. Please and thank you.
Smash it. Don't click it. Smash
it.
Yeah.
Spotify, Podbean, iTunes, CJSW 90.9 FM, the Amy Noy, everyone. Thank you for listening. This is episode, I don't even know what episode.
221.
It's 221. I was going to say 222. Thank goodness. It's episode 221. It's one for the books. We got to shove it in the locker because we got to hit the showers. Boom. Nailed it. Last week, I was so choked.
Yeah, you know
ring
what?
Rust.
It was
ring rust.
Yeah. Real quick with
Dude,
yeah.
51 minutes.
I know. It's okay. We needed it. Got to get it out of the system.
You're right.
Real quick.
We'll get it out. You're right.
Do you retire Mario's number 66 all time?
You got to do You have to do Mario's and Gretzky's.
Yeah. Well, Gretzky's is already.
Gretzky's no,
but not Mario's.
But not. You got to do Mario's. You can't have the
well, you can't because they haven't.
No.
Because Mario sucks.
Yeah.
Compared to Gretzky.
Okay, man.
I'm just saying. Am I the one saying it?
Yeah, you are the one saying.
Yeah,
he doesn't suck compared to Gretzky.
I'm just saying. Wow, sad. He sucked.
Yeah, those are, but even then, you know what I love about those numbers is you haven't retired Lemieux's number across the league.
That's right.
But everyone knows you just don't touch it.
There is a guy on the Islanders that did. I can't remember his last name. Park. I think it was Park. Check it. I'm serious.
Really?
This Malaka actually put on number 66. Yeah, I agree with you. It's in a weird way. It's even cooler when you don't say it. And when you don't tell the league to do it.
Listen, don't touch that number.
Yeah,
you're Lemieux.
I joke around. I love the Lemieux.
I know.
All right. Yeah. Have a great weekend.
See you later.
You can say what you got when it's Tuesday. I be locked in.